Hello everyone, welcome back to the course of Mastering Core Java, and today in our lesson number 4 we are going to learn about enumerations. Okay, we will see what is enumeration and how we can actually use it, like how we use a class, and also we will see some of the methods that are supported by enumerations. Okay, so starting with enumerations, so basically enumeration is a type of data which is a collection of constants. Okay, earlier Java didn't used to support a collection of constant. You could declare constant using the final keyword, but from JDK 5 Java 5 you could use enumerations. Okay, so let's see how these enumerations work. Let's go to our Eclipse. So in Eclipse, I just have a main method, a sample main class as well. Now first let's see how we can create a enumeration. Just right click on the package, then let's click on new, and then you'll see something like enum. Okay, so just click on this. You will create something like vehicle. Okay, let's keep it public. Just click on finish. So see, Eclipse will create the enum for you. Okay, to declare any what do you say, let's say a class type. Okay, so to declare any enumeration you need to use the enum keyword. Okay, like how you use the class keyword to declare a class, similar to that you need to use enum. Okay, so once you use the enum keyword, your enumeration vehicle will be declared. Okay, inside this I can write something like scooter. All right, next I can write a car. Okay, then I can write a truck also. Okay, and all right, let's declare aeroplane also. So fine, so basically we just created an enumeration of the name vehicle, and it has the constants scooter, car, truck, and aeroplane. So as I said, enumeration is nothing but just a collection of constants. Okay, so let's move on to our sample main class and how we can use the enumeration. Simply we will declare a enumeration. Okay, something like v. All right, so that is how enumeration works. In case of enumeration we do not need to use the new keyword. Okay, it works just like a primitive data type, like how a integer works, like int x equals to 10. So likewise your enumeration also works, just you need to write vehicle v. So when you instance variable, like you can say like this is a reference variable, right, in the logic of a class. Okay, so likewise when you create a variable for your enumeration, at that time your enumeration is created. Okay, all right, a object is not instantiated, but when the for the first time a variable is declared, at that time the enumeration comes into the picture. Okay, in Java. So once you created like v variable, you can just assign a value from the constants like this. Okay, uh, you can assign, for example, car. All right, so when you print this value, like you print v, it will simply print car only. Okay, so your constant that you have declared and in this enumeration, that's what you will be using. So nothing but a collection of constants. All right, so this helps in using a switch case. Okay, the best use of enumeration is of course your switch case. For example, you can write something like this case, and then for car you want to, you maybe want to print something like has 4 wheels. All right, and then for case, okay, let's say for case scooter, right, we declare scooter also. System dot out, okay, has 2 wheels is just an example. All right, brake. Okay, and default is like, you can say something like vehicle not supported by our program, because you do not support that kind of vehicle as the collection of that constant is not present. Okay, simply you can run this and we'll see what is the output. So when I run this, I'm getting that this car is part of the earlier code, and then we are getting the output for case car has 4 wheels. Okay, so this is how you can use enumeration in Java. All right, so let's move on to our next subtopic. So I have rearranged it a little bit. Before understanding how enumerations work like a class, let's see what are values and value of method in enumeration. Okay, let's switch to our Eclipse. So you see the earlier code, I will just remove it. Okay, so we already understood this, right? We'll just remove it. All right, so now, okay, this part also, let's declare our enumeration v. Okay, so once done, how we can use it? So earlier you see we assigned a value like vehicle dot car or dot scooter, like that. So here in place of this we can write vehicle dot value of some string that we expect the vehicle enumeration to have. Okay, so let's print it out like we don't need this. Simply let's run it and we'll see what is the output. Okay, so you see the car output is coming. What about I put car 1? Okay, car 1 should not exist. Okay, so we are throwing it's throwing one error like illegal argument exception. Okay, because car 1 does not exist in our enumeration. Okay, so we can only get the value of the you can say the string which already exists in our enumeration. All right, so that is the work of our value of. So coming to values is nothing actually. You can assign a array. Okay, array of your enumeration, and then when you write a code like vehicle dot values, it will return a array of those constants. Okay, earlier what we are doing, we are assigning one value, but instead of one value we can use a constant. Okay, we'll call it v array vr. All right, so we can simply iterate through it like vehicle v va, let's say just for an example va var. We can actually just simply print it out, right? Va. All right, let's run it and check it. So when I run this, I should be getting all the constants that are present in the enumeration. Okay, it's good. So I hope you understood values and value of. Let's move on to our next subtopic, that is how an enumeration work like a type of class. Okay, basically they are type of class only. So here we have a vehicle enumeration, right, from our previous example. So like a class, you can actually have your own variable inside the enumeration. Okay, let's say the price of the vehicle we want to store. All right, so we can actually do like this. Okay, and also like a class we can have a constructor as well. All right, so let's say we get some value like int price, and then we want to do like this price dot price. Okay, all right, and then actually we can even overload our constructor. See here we had taken one argument, right? Instead of that we can have a value like this also, like where when no argument is being passed, then the price will be -1 by default. So as you can see, currently all the four constants will have price -1. Let's declare some price for them. For example, for this I will say $1,000. Okay, dollar or rupees, I will just give it 1000 only for now. Let's say 3000, and others will keep as the default. Okay, let's keep it as default. All right, so we can get the price also from here, right? We can even have a method here. Okay, like this, get price, and what it will do, it will simply return the price of each of the enumeration, okay, each of the constant. So each constant will have a copy of the instance variable, okay. Earlier in object and in a normal class, what we used to do, we used to have a declare one object, instantiate one object, and pass some value at that time of the instantiation. But here your constants will be instantiated, okay, will be instantiated here only, okay. And as I said at the very beginning, when you declare one variable, at that time only this enumeration will come to exist. That means this constructor will be called when you declare a variable, okay. That means when I declare vehicle V, immediately the constructors are called, and the value that we already hard coded here, those will be passed, okay. So that is how it works. So very easy example we can see here is, for example, let's say one for loop, and then vehicle, let's call it VA, okay, VA, let's say VA. Then it, we will use the values, okay, the values. All right, so it's very easy to iterate like this. Then what we will do, we will get the price of each of the constant, okay, VA plus, then we'll give something like this, okay. Very simple example just to see how it works, okay. Click on Java application, and this is how our code will run, okay. That means for each of the constant we are getting the price, and whichever constant we did not declare any price, that is giving us -1, okay. So this is how a enumeration work, like exactly like a class as well. So next let's move on to ordinal, compare to, and equals. So basically these are some part of the Java Lang enumeration class, okay. So from our previous example, I'll just remove it and put like V1, V2 and V3, okay, just for this example purpose. Then what I will do, I will assign, okay, car. All right, okay, what was our first vehicle? It was scooter, right? First scooter, okay. I will assign scooter so that it's easier for us to remember. Then vehicle dot, it will be car, okay. Then V3 will be vehicle dot truck, I think, yeah. So like this. So what your ordinal will do is, it will print the index, okay. It will print the index of the enumeration, okay, of your constant. Let's run it. You see it is 1. Why? The V2 is your car. That means the car is having index 1, position, ordinal position 1. That is 0 for scooter, 1 for car, 2 and 3, like that, so on, okay. So that is how your ordinal will work. And then let's see an example of compare to, okay. V1 dot compare to V3. All right, that is also fine, okay. I'll use V2, then we'll print true, okay. What will this be? Greater than 0, okay. Let's run it. Okay, we are not getting this value. That means we are comparing the value of V1 and V2 by their ordinal position, okay. So here it's not printing true because V2 does not come before V1, okay. V2 comes after V1. So let's change the sign. When we change the sign, I think now we will be that means we can see the true printed, okay. Yeah, so we can see the true is printed for this purpose, okay. Now let's change V3 into scooter as well, okay. And now let's see like this, and then we'll see if this equals to 0, then it should print, right? Yeah, so compare to will also work to equate between this, okay. But remember, compare to is actually checking for the position, okay. Now let's come to our equals. So if I write V1 equals V3, okay, then also this is also true, okay. This should be printed. All right, so simply what it will do, it will compare the value between the two, and then it will print. Okay, so this is simply, it is just a equals method. Okay, so I hope you understood the concept of enumerations, and if you have any doubt regarding any of the topic that is taught today, then feel free to comment down below so that we can clear all your doubts. And don't forget to like and share this video with all your friends, whoever is interested in learning about Java, and also do subscribe to our channel for the next lesson. Thank you.